Hello, Steve Arts 89. Dear God, I watched Peacemaker. Yeah, this really makes me worried about the new Superman film and what James Gunn is going to do, because I think this is what he really thinks of superheroes. I know people will say, "Oh, it's supposed to be a comedy and everything," but I think this is how he sees superheroes, just as stupid and ridiculous and goofy and something to laugh at and make fun of, and that's sort of who Peacemaker is and what this series kind of is. Like, you just have to look at the opening credits and see it's just making fun of itself. There are a few real sort of things explored, and some of the characters do have some depth and some experience and that, which is interesting. But ultimately, it's just, I mean, it is funny and it's clever, but it's just cringe all the way through. Like, the adolescent mentality of someone whoever wrote this and who they're writing it for. I don't think it's really. I think some people are thinking outside of it a bit too much and thinking it's more of a satirical sort of look at all of that. I think it really is just someone with that mental, that sort of maturity, just going, hey, let's make a TV series about, a superhero. Because people like James Gunn was being interviewed, and he said people were asking, why did you do a series of him? All the people from the superhero universe and from the Suicide Squad and all that, you picked Peacemaker. No one likes him. And he said, exactly, there's somewhere to go. He just loves to look somewhere no one else wants to look and find something and drag it out and just, I hate that about him. I really do, because it's like that Ryan Johnson school of, subverting expectations. It's just like, I just want to do something that's going to annoy people just because I can sit back and enjoy it. Not actually create something that's entertaining or good or something that people actually enjoy or get something from, or something that achieves something or has some sort of purpose or merit. It's just, let's just see how much we can annoy people and sit back and laugh. That seems to be James Gunn's sort of way of doing things, and it got him cancelled for a while there because he made a bunch of really vile jokes, which he thought were funny, but they really weren't. But somehow he got uncancelled and got to direct the last, because he got cancelled in between Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3, but so he sort of got uncancelled and did that film. But that, again, he sort of wound that down in the wrong direction from what I hear. And from what we're seeing from Superman, when you look at Superman, the first 3 or 4 films from that trilogy, from that series, what worked and didn't. You had 2 powers, one who saw Superman as a serious film, depicting him as a god trying to deal with his powers. Other people saw it as just a farce, a comedy, a joke, that superheroes are just something silly, people running around in costumes. And that's why the first film was brilliant, because they had someone in charge who had the correct vision of superheroes, but unfortunately he was pushed out. And the second film was okay because half of it had already been filmed by him, but then by the time we got to the third film, where the Silkine, or whatever the name is, those 2 guys, the producers who sort of owned the franchise at the time, or funding the films or whatever, they finally got complete control, and the last film was an absolute joke and hated it. Everyone hated it, and it killed the franchise almost. We got one last film which had its heart in the right place, tried to tell a real story about saving the world and the nuclear threat at the time and everything, but they still had to throw in this ridiculous superhero, Neutron Man and all that, and I can look at parts of that film and really love it, and other parts that I just cringe. And that, again, was them, sort of their influence versus someone trying to do something with the character. And Peacemaker is sort of the Superman 3 of the DC, not DC, is it from DC or Marvel? I think it is DC, yeah. I'm getting confused between DC and Marvel. I can't remember what's what anymore. But yeah, it just, there's so much crass humour, just so much cringe, and just, it's horrible. It's just a horrible show on that level. But it is clever and funny and well written, but it's just trying to make fun of the characters and make fun of that sort of universe. And it basically says that someone like James Gunn doesn't understand these characters, this universe, this world, doesn't see the benefit or the purpose or the positives, and just thinks it's silly and stupid and just wants to poke fun at it and make fun of it. And yeah. I know a lot of people think it's amazing. I don't quite get it. I think they don't quite get it. I think they think it's supposed to be working on a different level from what it actually is. They give it too much credit. But we'll see when we see Superman. We'll see if this guy actually has a clue. I don't think he is. I don't think he's the right guy to be setting up the whole of the new DC universe. I really am worried about the Superman film. I love Superman. He's my favourite out of all of them. I saw Superman Returns in the cinema. The credits made me cry. Just the idea of going back into the Superman films, because I didn't see any of the other ones in the cinema, of course, because I was too young. And they tried to recreate that style and really tried to make it as a fifth, film in the franchise that Christopher Reeve started. But Peacemaker, yeah, I can't believe it's getting a second season. But it apparently is separate from that whole universe now. At least Gunn realizes on that level that you can't have it taken seriously within the greater sort of universe. So that offers me a tiny little bit of hope. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you liked it, can you please tell me why? Not to say that John Cena didn't do an amazing job and the actors weren't all great and the production wasn't great and the set designers and everything. That was all really good on that level, but it was the main sort of drive behind the whole thing, and just what it was just a mess. Yeah.